Oh, hi there. These comments are for AB, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you completed Independent Speaking Practice Test number 1. So let's listen to it.
I remember when I first time went with my family to Dubai. I had a good time shopping and having fun.
You're talking about this in too big of a context. You only have 45 seconds to answer this question. So ask yourself, you have two parts of the question. The question is pretty simple. It says, describe a place you visited as a child. That's the first part of the question. Then explain a favorite memory you had when you were there. Or what is your favorite memory? So in order to really get to your point very quickly, you might say something like this. A place I visited as a child was the mall in Dubai. If you start off like that, then you don't have to worry about describing Dubai, which is impossible, by the way, in 45 seconds. You don't even have to describe all the mall. You simply have to describe the place in the mall where you went snow skiing. That would be very specific, and then you can describe that. Then you explain what your favorite memory is.
It was a modern city with big buildings, huge malls, and nice beaches. Also, I met friends.
These are too many different ideas. You're talking about things in a very general, a very large context. You're not showing me you have specific vocabulary to explain specific ideas.
People, I was very friendly. I had new friends, so I can tell it is.
But you're kind of confusing me here. If you want to organize your speaking around the question, you want to restate the question in your response in two ways. You can say, first of all, a place I visited as a child was the Dubai Mall where I went skiing. Then you describe that. Then you say, my favorite memory while visiting the mall was when or you talk about the skiing experience, right? And you talk about doing something with your father, your mother, your brother, or sister. So you need to restate the different parts of the speaking prompt to give your response a better, more coherent organization.
Trip, and I still remember that trip until now.
All right, so now let's take a look at your score here. On this one, your score is 1.83 out of 4. This will give you 14 points out of 30 on the TOEFL IBT exam. So you're just not directly answering the question. You have no details. You're not using any details to support your bigger ideas. You got to show me that you have good vocabulary, you know how to organize ideas according to the speaking task. Now, if this were the final exam or a practice test for next week, you would have scored 65% out of 100 on this particular practice test. All right, so right now, I'll be honest with you, you have weak speaking proficiency. You don't speak, you're not speaking with enough detail and with a good organization, so it makes it difficult for your audience to understand you. What do? I got some suggestions. Review speaking lesson number 2, review speaking lesson number 7. Both of those lessons will help you to organize your ideas better. Now, I get the sense that you have vocabulary limitations. So in order to improve your vocabulary, I want you to start going through vocabulary lesson number 3, and that's in the vocabulary part of my course, step number 1, and start learning those words. Now, this is a long-term thing. It might take you 3 or 4 weeks or so before you can master that, but improve your vocabulary if you want to speak more fluently. Now also you have pronunciation problems, mainly with your intonation. You want to work on varying your tone more. You have a tendency to speak monotone. You'll say, when I was a kid, I went to Dubai and I saw lots of malls, people, friends. So you're speaking in a pretty much the same tone, and my pronunciation lessons 34 through 40 will help you learn how to vary your tone more. So that would be my suggestions based on your score. Thank you for completing this particular assignment.